shields every limb. Angels, guardians, ghosts, and saints all play a part of this close and range. Holy men, prophets, healers, and kings. That's my entourage, man. The posse I bring. Angels, guardians, ghosts, and saints all play a part of this close and range. Holy men, prophets, healers.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Sovereign Divinity podcast. This is your girl, Abigail Mensah Bunsu, and today I have a special guest joining us. We're going to be diving in deep, doing some healing, getting some new beginnings going. This goddess is powerful. This goddess is amazing, and I am so glad that you get to experience her. And just a little bit about her before I kind of bring her in. So Sandra, oh, I love this woman. She is an intuitive empowerment coach, an Akashic record practitioner, Akashic energy clearing practitioner, a warrior goddess facilitator, a certified Reiki Master, certified crystal healer, certified oracle card reader, shaman practitioner, sacred guide, and overall magical badass. She works with one of the ways that we connected was when she started sharing with a goddess that she's been working with, a water goddess. Was it
the river goddess?
Yeah, the river goddess. Is it Yamanya? Is that how you say it? Yamanya.
Ochun.
Oh, yes. I guess I keep...
It's ocean water.
Yes, it's the ocean goddess. There we go. Yeah. And so when you started channeling her, and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. So that's how, actually, I think we connected even way before then, because you were doing readings, you were talking about things that were coming up that needed to be healing in the, collective consciousness. So yeah, that kind of pulled our worlds together, and we've kind of flowed together since. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you. Yeah.
So magical to be able to walk this journey with you in this lifetime. I'm so honored by that and so grateful for your light in my world and for really, helping me where I need that extra push, because I need that push.
Hey, same here. Like before we started recording, we were just talking about the new things that, like, every time we get together, there's something new that is like, like surfacing, like coming to light between us, like something that we need to create, something that we need to, stop doing, or, there's always something.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because I pulled 2 cards for us today, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to pull some cards because I was guided to pull some cards, and I was like, okay, so what is it that we need to receive during this podcast? And so the first card, it was like, pull 2 cards. You know how it works. So I was like, I got this first card, right? And it's like healing the past, right? Letting go of all the things in the past, shedding the old layers, right? I step into my future with strength and clarity, receiving, focus, like honoring who you are in the past, doing the forgiveness, the ruthless compassion, and loving yourself through that process as you move, to the future. And then, of course, the next card I got was giving birth, of course. Of course, it's giving birth, right? And so it says, I'm bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world, of course, because now that we're moving forward and honoring who we're meant to be, allowing ourselves to fully be seen, and sharing who we are in the world, our gifts, our purpose, our passions, our dreams. Everyone gets kind of like confused because they feel like, well, when we talk about our magic and our gifts, it's supposed to be like some, I don't know, Hogwarts thing, and sure, sometimes it is for some people, but sometimes it is just you sharing who you are by talking with someone, just being in their presence, just honoring who you are. It's anything, it's everything. And yet, it's like, it's not complicated. We get so caught up in the complications, right? I remember.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like in the beginning when I first started my journey, I always felt like this had to be this huge sacred ceremony, and I had to like dedicate all this time, and then all of a sudden it was like, no, it's just like instant. I was like, oh wow, so I'm just stressing out for no reason.
It's amazing. Like, it's amazing what happens when we let go and release the control, you know, like
And
we're
allow
talking about
ourselves.
before. Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
with the
just to show
whole
up.
writing of the book, it's like making it
Mm.
complicated by trying to figure out the title, trying to figure out how
Oh
to
my
write
gosh.
it, the format. You know, it takes out the joy out of it, and it also blocks that channel, you know.
Yes,
But if we just
yes.
like you were saying, just, yeah, grab the pen, start writing and see.
I
Yeah.
know, because I was like, I don't know what to write, Abigail, I need your help. And you're like, but you already wrote it. You told me about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
So if you're
I
wondering
already
what we're talking
knew.
about, we have a book coming up, and I think we'll probably be, we're not, it's still, we just submitted our chapters in the book. It's a co-authored book called Awakening in Times of the Corona, and it's a group of powerful women sharing tools that you can use in this powerful transformative time that we're in to change your life, to recreate your life, to rebuild your life, to step into the new version of you. And so we just submitted our chapter, and we kind of, you know, we kind of, I remember she was saying, I don't know what to write. And then she's telling me everything about it. I was like, oh my gosh, you should have recorded this, because you just told me the entire chapter right there, right? You know, and when we remove that cap, or the what we think something should be, and we allow things to flow, you know, it's amazing what comes through, you know. And so today on this episode, you know, this is what this beautiful goddess is going to be bringing in, and tapping into that, you know, intuition. And also she's going to be bringing in that part of, and what what word did you use for the compassion? I loved it.
Ruthless compassion. Having
Ruthless.
ruthless
Yes.
compassion for yourself.
When I
Yes.
read that, I was like, yes, we need that. Yeah. So I'm so
Well,
excited. Yeah.
oh, me too. So I'm totally excited because, you know, we give out compassion very
Mm-hmm.
easily to anyone and everyone who needs it. It's like we don't even think twice. It's like, oh my gosh, yes, oh, and then we go above and beyond. But oh my goodness, when it comes to ourselves, it's like torture. So that's why I really emphasize, and when I work with my clients, it's always about having ruthless compassion for yourself. Like, forgive
Totally.
yourself for the choices you make. This is all part of the experience. Ruthless compassion, because you didn't know that this was happening and you didn't have that experience. And so now just honor it. Forgive yourself. Love yourself immensely through it all, and know that it's all for a purpose. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
all there for something. There's something there. You know, it's not going to have a label that's going to say, oh, look, this is why it's happening. No, it's real life. But you know,
Exactly. Exactly.
you got to tap in.
Excuse me. So before we dive into that yummy topic, first, I wanted to ask you, what does sovereign divinity mean to you?
So sovereign divinity to me, it's my birthright. It is just owning who I am in the world. It's what God gave me. God made
Mm.
me with unconditional love. He made all of us from unconditional love, a piece of his unconditional love. And for that reason, we are divine and sacred. And because we are divine and sacred, we need to treat ourselves as such. Right?
Mm.
God's not going to love us if we lose 20 pounds or if I'm not going to love her today because, you know, she didn't do her hair. Or he's not going to say, you know, I'm not going to talk to him. He needs to gain the weight. He still looks like, you know, God loves us regardless. And so for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's like, that's your sovereign divinity, that endless, unconditional, divine love that God gives us each and every. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. We're the
Exactly.
ones to put that upon ourselves, but we're just divine and sacred, and we need to treat ourselves as such, just God, as God would treat us. You know,
Oh,
he loves us regardless.
beautiful. Beautiful. And who are you when you're in your highest, like when you have embodied your higher self? Who are you? Yes, feel into that, dive in. Hey, you might start channeling. I know you when you start
I know, right?
diving
It's
in
like,
like that.
oh, it's true. I have to say, when I really allow myself to just be in that flow, it just comes out so easily. It's like I don't even there's nothing to set. It just comes through you. God has chosen you to be that channel, and how he wants you to share it with the world is how you're going to share it. It's unique
Yes.
to each and every one of us, just like your relationship with him is different and unique to
Yeah.
each and every one of us, right? And with him. So it's like my self-expression is just being my beautiful warrior badass self. Like I am total unconditional love, because I try to look at everyone through the eyes of unconditional love, and just really lean into that unconditional love, and just be like, wow, I see you. I don't judge, because well, 7 years ago I'll probably be judging you, but but once I started working on my journey and myself, I realized, it's not my place to judge. It's not my job. That's God's job to judge, and he doesn't even do that job. So it's always like, to me, I was like, I forgive myself. That's where I have that ruthless compassion and be like, it's okay. You didn't know. It was like, just trust in that, So it's like, I'm on them. So I lean into the unconditional love. I lean into the compassion, the ruthless compassion. I lead into just allowing myself to really flow in my divine warrior goddess self, and allowing her to just ooze through me, my soul just radiate through me with just ease and grace, because when I do that, I feel so freaking free to be, to just be
Yeah.
exactly where I am. And I have boundaries like a mofo. Like I am so grateful to have been on this journey and create all the things. I mean, I've created my life. I've created my own life, and it's freaking amazing. And when I tell people, well, you get to choose, it's like, what? I'm like, oh my God, I really wish you would lean into that trust and surrender, So I just, yeah, all of that in a bag of
I
chips,
love it.
right?
I love it. So going back to the radical compassion, like when I tune into that word, it reminds me of that. There's a warrior aspect of it, but the other thing that's coming in is the correlation between having compassion for yourself and your intuition, and how important that is to step into that place. Because let's talk more about that.
The
How
ruthless
do
compassion.
those two dance together, intuition and the radical compassion?
So the intuition and the ruthless compassion is really honoring yourself, where you are in the moment, right? It's allowing you to really be still for a moment and be in silence and really ask yourself, right? Really connect with yourself, your intuition. Now, everyone's intuition will show up as it needs to for everyone. And so,
Yes.
I really wish, and I always say this, please know that your intuition will show up uniquely as you are in the world. We are not robots. We're not the same. Everybody,
Exactly.
I just got to say, because we're all different,
Totally.
and what I know is that God loves different and unique, because
Mm-hmm.
it's evident in the entire planet. None of us look the same. We all speak different languages. He made all the cultures, all the religions. I can go on. So he loves different and unique. And so when you tap into your intuition, it's going to show up as it needs to for yourself. And while you're tapping into your intuition, like it's just, for me, the first step was always going to be just notice. Just notice what's showing up. When you're trying to be so hard on yourself because, I don't know, you didn't wake up when you were supposed to, and instead of beating, you see, then you go into that whole negative stuff. Step back, just step back for a moment, be like, just take a deep breath, bring yourself in, connect to your heart, to your intuition, right? And I always say heart because that's where God lives.
Yes.
Your heart. And it's just like connect to your heart and ask yourself, simply ask yourself, okay, what is this trying to teach me, or what is happening for me? And listen to what's coming through for you. Because when you listen to your intuition, you will receive the clarity and the alignment and all the steps. When you don't listen and you go against it, chaos ensues. And then you get upset, and then you go on a tangent, and it's like you're just rolling down the mountain and you're just like, you can't catch up. But I'm like, stop. Take a moment to have ruthless compassion for yourself. Ruthless compassion. I didn't know. And I'm going to love myself through it. It's just, I'm going to love myself through this. I'm just going to love myself through this. And checking in with your intuition, like, okay, what is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to take action on? Or what is that maybe I need to just be still? This is why connecting to your intuition is so important, because you will know what's the next step, and loving yourself with ruthless compassion through the whole process, versus you just like, telling yourself, oh, you're not worthy, you're not this, you're not that. Come on, God loves you, like right now, yesterday and today. He's like, it's the same. Whether you're skinny or not skinny, whether you're, old or young, he doesn't care. It's like, just love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Everything, because of the frequency of love, is so high vibing. When you love yourself deeply, deeply, everything just makes its way to you. I mean, you manifest like a mofo. Like, it's like, boom, prosperity and abundance and opportunities and people and all the stuff versus, oh, that's why people are like, oh, going up the mountain, falling down, getting upset. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe if you fell back, there's something there for you to look at. Like maybe you're meant to stop for a moment and see, oh, well, where can I go around that, right? So if you're going up the mountain and you fall back, then, oh, maybe I need a different path. What does that look like for me? Like checking in. What does that look like for me? What does that look like for me?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's always like, please, everyone has intuition. Everyone. It doesn't show up like everybody's, but just honor it as it needs to. So like right now, my resistance is that my landlord is out front watering plants while we're having this recording. And so for me, it's like, Sandra, ruthless compassion. It's all meant to happen. Meant to happen. Divine timing, as always.
Exactly. I love it. So I think before I said radical compassion, but we're talking about ruthless. I don't know why those two words, like,
because ruthless feels like something radical,
There we go. Yeah.
I never thought of that, and no one really thinks of that. And so it's so radical. So that's why it connects for you. It all makes sense. Okay, Abigail, it all makes sense.
Of course. So it sounds like stepping into or leaning into that place of radical compassion is allowing yourself to go beyond the judgments and the blocks or the limitations that we've put on ourselves when it comes to how we can connect to that unconditional flow of divine love to us. And so when we lean into that place, we're kind of bringing in the high frequency of love to remove those blocks so that we can truly see that unconditional love is truly unconditional love, regardless of who we are, where we are, what we're doing, what we've done in the past lives. Like, it does not matter. Like, the divine love is always with us, always. So I love that you're bringing that aspect to it, because we need to realize this. I can hear this question come in, and like, like, there are people who would do something bad and then go into the place, I forgive myself, and then they'll do it again, and then I forgive myself, and then they'll do it again. It's kind of like, it reminds me of being in the church, when people do confessions, and then they go and do it again, and then come back and do confession. And so you get people who are like, okay, well, how does that, will God still how does God still love someone like that still? How does that the divine love continue to flow to a person like that? Like what would you say about that?
Well, usually because, and now if you hang around with me, you'll always hear me say, hashtag God has jokes, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so hashtag God has jokes. And so what he does is, because this is how he works, pay attention, is like, you could say, yes, I'm over this. And then, you do the same thing over and over and over, or it continues to happen with different people, different people, different people. God will love you anyway, but he loves you so much. Look how much he loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Loves you so much. He'll keep bringing it and bringing that same situation, bringing that same situation. Why? It's because that's the situation that he wants you to take a look at and figure out what's in that situation that is meant for you to look at, to heal, maybe to let go, to honor, acknowledge. It could be a whole like a whole bunch of things,
Yeah.
but it's that particular situation that God, because he loves you so much, will continue to bring up over and over until you finally say, oh wait, I gotta stop. I can't keep doing this. This here doesn't make any sense anymore. This needs to change. What do I need to honor, or what do I need to forgive, and really doing the soul work. This is where soul work is so important. Soul work, you can go as far as you possibly can go, but you're going to get to a point in your life where you're going to need someone to help you through it, because you get to a point where you got to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't see your blind spots. You cannot see your own blind spots. Okay, you don't know the color of your eyes until either someone tells you or you're looking in the mirror. Okay, so there are things that you cannot see, but another person can help guide you through that, to get to that story, to get to what it is that you really need to do with that particular situation that continues to arise over and over again. And because it continues to arise, that's how much God loves you. He'll love you
Yeah.
through the whole process. Through the whole process, he'll love you. And all you got to do, and this is why it's also in my book, right? This entire thing, how God loves to make sure that you really heal the situation, is that he'll make it come back again, right?
To
He'll make it
test
come
you,
back and
yeah.
to test you, right? But
Yeah.
this is how you know you healed. If you have no emotional attachment, no triggers, no nothing, and it happens, and you're cracking up because you're like, of course, God has jokes, right? Hashtag God has jokes. You're free.
Yeah.
You're so free that it stops showing up, and then you get to move on to the next level. And so that's the
Absolutely.
gift. That is the gift.
Oh, that's potent, especially, in this times that we're in. I know there's so many people experiencing this, where they're moving from the old into what is coming up as new, even though they can't see that yet. But they're in the ripe, fertile place where they get to do that deep soul work and finally let go of all of that cycle karmic stuff. Like, we have the opportunity to stop the cycle, to stop the wheel turning, for the cycles that are not working for us. That is right. We have the opportunity to do that now. And I love that you were talking about the finding someone who can show you your blind side, like it. Did I say that right? Blind sight?
Blind spots. It's same
Blind
thing.
spot.
Blind sides, blind spots. You're blind. We get
You
it,
can't see
Abigail. We
it.
get
Yeah.
it.
You
Either way,
can't.
exactly. You're blind. You can't see.
Yeah, you can't see it, and it's good to have someone who can mirror that back at you, or show you, and better yet, help you, guide you out of it and empower you to do it and
Oh
learn
my
it
gosh.
yourself.
Yes. Because I always say, when I work with people and I work with my clients, we're all really like large onions. And what we're doing when we do soul work is that we're really removing layer upon layer upon layer of things that we've allowed, consciously or unconsciously, be placed upon us. I call them like these invisible shackles, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
they weigh you down and you're so aware of them. And it feels like you're on a hamster wheel, but eventually you're going to get sick and tired. you know? And when you get sick and tired, you got two choices. You can keep trying, you know, and stay on the hamster wheel, or you jump off and say, okay, I need someone who can help me through my blind spots because I can't. I'm so grateful that I've gotten to a point, like, you really got to honor who you are, honor yourself. I feel like as women, I have to say this. I feel like as women, right? Because we're goddesses, we're, like, when I use the word goddess, I call almost every woman that I meet, it's like, wow, you're such a goddess, right? And the reason I call women goddesses is because we forget who we are.
Mm-hmm.
We forget who we are. We become so selfless, right? Which is fine that we're selfless. But while we're giving away, we also need to learn how to replenish ourselves. An empty cup of water cannot give water to other people if it's empty. Okay?
Exactly.
There's going to be a point. There's going to be a point where you're just, it's too much, right? The people pleasing, the micromanaging, the I got to do everything and be everything. And it's like, oh, no, step back from them. It's not selfish. It's not selfish for you to take some time for yourself to regroup. It is essential. It is necessary. It is important for you to be able to bring the things that you want into your life. Women are natural creators, okay? We create life. That's just natural for us, okay? But when we really want things to happen, we have to, like, really honor ourselves in such a way to allow it to come through with ease and grace. When we don't honor ourselves, that stuff looks like, you know, like that crazy line that you see on the graphs, like you're, and the graph is down. It's like we're doing all this crazy stuff, and then eventually, you know, like, okay, like, enough already. And most of the time, it's because you've decided, you know yourself at this point to say, I can't see my blind spots. I need help. There is no shame in asking for help. Okay? Because it's like, well, I am this Wonder Woman. I used to be in that same, you know, mindset. I am a Wonder Woman, okay? And I'm a goddess and I'm all of that.
Yes, you are.
If I need help, be rest assured I'm asking for it. Before I wouldn't ask. But now it's like, oh, this is a gift to me. Asking for help is a gift to me.
Yes.
Can you please help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? It's there's no shame. It's not like I'm failing. It's honoring myself. It's honoring myself because I know I need it. I need it.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's like we got this stuck in our head. We got it stuck in our head. You know, my mom's always like, oh, you got to keep going. You got to get done. I was like, oh, Maz, you need to relax. Like, you need to take some deep breaths and relax. Like that. I said, you know what? You accomplish more when you're in flow, and when you're in a ease, than when you're in the hustle. You're like pushing, because you're pushing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pushing, but in that pushing, you need to have some flow as well, right? It's not like you're going to be constantly going. You got to go, and then take a pause.
Rest. Yeah.
I mean, the entire world right now, think about it. The entire planet is being asked to rest and be still. People are freaking out. People are freaking out because they have no clue what to do with themselves. And it makes me laugh, and because I'm like, but didn't you want more time? To do all the stuff that you said you would do if you had the time? Why aren't you doing them?
Exactly.
Right? Why are you not doing them? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it one step, you know? And if maybe people realize that that's what's happening, is like, God's like, okay, I got to stop everybody at one time. And Mother Nature's like, I'll help.
Exactly. Right?
And the
it's
two
a
of them had
cosmic
that
collaborations.
Exactly. Absolutely. And they're like, I got you. And everybody's like, what's wrong with the weather? And I'm like, don't mess with Mother Nature.
Exactly.
Find her, have a plan. We have no clue. We just got to go with it.
Oh, man.
You know? But totally, like, it's about you, really. This time is about you asking yourself, what do you want your life to look like now? Because the old is gone.
Yeah.
We're shedding old patterns, obviously. We're letting go of the old. But some people are just holding on to dear life, right? Like,
yeah.
And I'm just like, wow. You know what would happen if you let go? Infinite possibilities.
Exactly.
Infinite possibilities. And opportunities. And opportunities if you allowed them to show up. Literally. It's crazy. I'm in meditation all the time because that's part of my purpose and journey is to be in meditation. But every time I'm in there, if I ask God for something, I guarantee you that as soon as I'm done with my meditation, boom, here you go. Boom, here you go. I was like, oh, thank you, God.
Thank you.
Right? Thank you. Because, yeah, I'm asking, I'm allowing, I'm asking, I'm allowing, I'm surrendering, and I'm trusting. He's always got my back because he's always got my back. He's always got your back. He's got everybody's back. But people don't realize that, you know? So just lean into that. Have that ruthless compassion for yourself. Trust into your intuition. If you can't see your blind spots, because you can't, ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help. And get yourself to where you want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows why you're here better than your higher self? Your higher self, your soul.
Exactly.
Hello. They chose to come in this body, in this time. Might as well ask, okay, why are we here? What's the purpose? What am I meant to do? What am I supposed to share with the world? What is it?
Yeah.
You know, that's so important. Once you learn that, just take one step every day.
Exactly.
One. It could be a minuscule step, but it's better than none. You know, and yeah, it's up to you. You know, the power of prayer is praying and then taking an action step. Not praying and then just waiting.
Forgetting to actually take the action. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that story of the guy in the boat in the sea, and it's like, God save me, and then God brought like a solution. It's like, no, I'm waiting for God, and then another one, no, I'm waiting for God, and kept missing the opportunities. It's kind of the same thing.
Exactly.
Once you
perfect story.
Once you my throat, oh my gosh, is like clearing. This is awesome. It's like once you ask for something from the divine and you open up to receive, you have to open up to the many possibilities of how it will show up too.
Exactly.
It might not be what you thought it would be, because the divine always knows what, something better for you. So I like in prayer, like saying this or something better, which even opens you up even more,
Yes, because that's what people do, is that they attach something to the prayer. And I'm like, no, attach nothing to the prayer. Just pray and ask and allow God to show it up, in the way that it needs to. So like you were saying, right? Something better, God or something, is going to save me, or something better, or easier. Exactly. I need $1,000. God, send me $1,000. Send me $1,000. Meanwhile, you get an opportunity for a better position, more money, right? That will give you more than $1,000, but you're going to say no, thank you, because you're waiting for the bag of $1,000 to show up.
Yeah.
Because that's where you've set your mindset to, right?
Exactly.
But God's like, but I got your back. I just gave you this whole new opportunity for you to flourish and thrive, but you decided to not take it because you've set yourself to a specific thing to show up. No, set nothing. It's like no expectations. It's like, God, I need your help. Please help me do whatever it is I need to do by whatever. Just please help me out. And he does. Like, because, God has jokes. Like, we have conversations all the time. I'm like, you got, like, you're crazy right now. He's like, no, but you said that you wanted to figure out, how to move through this. And I sent it to you, and I was like, yeah, okay, great, thanks.
I got you.
I love that relationship that I've cultivated with God. He's like my ultimate best friend. But if you asked me 7 years ago, you can talk to me about God. Just hearing his name would be like, you know, because of old, you know,
Exactly.
contracts and things from
Yeah.
the past that I had
Mm-hmm.
to clear up. But now it's
Yeah.
like, no, we're good.
Exactly. Yeah. And you
Please
know, I'm
dive
glad that
deeper.
you said that. It's like I want you to we're using the word God. I think you also heard me say divine. You have to choose your own name that you give to this unlimited
Exactly.
source that always has your back, that's always is everything and nothing at the same time.
Exactly.
You know, like you find your own word for that being, you know, whatever feels comfortable to you. You know, like for
Exactly.
me, for the longest time saying God, I'm like, oh, because it takes me right back to church. And so I love saying using the word divine because it's more expansive. It's not limited. To me, it doesn't feel limited, you know, and it's not, it just feels expansive. That's like the best word I can use for it, you know. And so
Yes.
find
And I love
yours,
that.
what feels good to you. Yeah.
Yeah, because the way I see that, and I totally resonate with everything that you're saying. For me, it's God's everything. So in reality, you know, we can call him everything. You know, source, universe, God, whatever. It's all God at the end of the day. And so you always, like you said, you're right. You have to find the word that feels good to you, that resonates with you, that when you say it, it feels like home. It's just like, oh,
Yes.
yes, thank you. It feels all yummy inside for you. But
Mm-hmm.
what I just don't resonate with is because some people like to like stick it all in one box, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm sorry, I don't fit in your box because I refuse to conform. Like, it's just like we're not meant to be in boxes. Like, can you just unpack
Exactly.
yourself and just ooze out of the box all over the place and be what you need to be and who you need to be as
Yeah.
you need to be? I promise you the world will adjust. What you need
Oh
to ask
yeah.
yourself is, why do you care what they think about you as you're trying to find your own way, as you're trying to adjust to what you need to do and bring out into the world? God loves you
Exactly.
regardless. He'll love you forever. Okay, the divine creator is always going to be there. All you got to do is ask. And your soul tribe always finds you. You know, vibes never lie. Vibes, you and I, we vibe at a different, but it never lies. It never lies.
Exactly. Exactly.
You gotta trust
Yeah.
yourself.
You know, and going back to intuition, you know, this part of being, you know, having this pause, this great pause is allowing us to really tap into that intuition and that part of ourselves that we've always seen it as like the small little voice that we can barely hear. This is a great time for us to amplify that voice, for that voice to be the main voice, like so that we can hear it clearly. And so practicing or you know, bringing your awareness or your attention back to that your intuitive nature, feeling into your body, where is my intuition at? And that's the other thing, you know, we tend to think intuition is in the heart. You know, I remember I met a soul sister a long time ago, and she asked me this question that literally just I just completely it felt like something shattered. You know, she's like, where is your intuition? And I was like, what do you mean? Where's my intuition? It's always in the heart, right? He's like, no, check into yourself. Tell me, where is your intuition? And I realized that my intuition is in the stomach. And so for you, your
Yes.
intuition might literally be your third eye. For someone else, it
Yeah.
might be in their
Yeah.
hips, their womb, you
Exactly.
know,
That's
tune
exactly
into
my
that.
point.
Yeah.
Where your intuition is unique to you. That's what I keep
Mm-hmm.
saying. You're like, please don't go by what we look like. Go by how you need to go by, because your intuition is
Yes.
going to manifest the way it wants to amplify for you. My intuition's all
Exactly.
here. Like
Yep.
I see, oh, I see. And then it's like I hear. You know, because sometimes you're just like, I didn't need. I love my spiritual team. I could be in this space forever, and I love them because they're like God. They got jokes. They tell me
Yeah.
everything. Like some stuff I don't even need to know, and I'm like, okay, but I don't think I need to know that she has clothes in the closet with tags on, and there's boxes in the corner that she's pretending that is not there, but that she says she's going to get to, but not really get to.
Oh man, I know. You know, and yeah, go for it.
It's so, and so it's like your intuition will show up as it needs to, right?
Yes.
So like, you know for a fact, because you feel it right there, you know, and a lot of people may get it there too, but maybe not. Maybe not. It's just doesn't matter. Just tap in. You know, and what I like to.
That. Oh, go for it.
Oh, I was going to say, you know, we could talk forever.
There's like so much coming in. It's awesome.
I know. You know what it is? When you were talking about intuition and listening to the voice, and that divine voice is always the softest and the most gentle, and it's very low. But you know that Native American, it's a Cherokee proverb of the grandfather with the grandson and the two wolves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the best way to describe that, right? Because you have the black wolf and the white wolf, and it's the one, which one do you feed the most? So if you feed the black wolf more, that's the voice that you hear the strongest. The negative, the pessimist, all the stuff that you can't do. Blah, blah. But if you feed the white wolf, the compassionate, loving, unconditional love, the resilience, that voice is soft and gentle. So you need to be able to distinguish which voice do you really want to listen to. Your divine voice that talks like this, or the you know, because once you make that the softest voice the loudest voice, you really don't notice this one anymore.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
You don't.
Yeah.
It'll show up randomly, and I'm just like, thank you so much. I caught that. Get in the back of the car. Let's go. It's just like, let's.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, even with that, you know, I know when that voice, it's my mind basically. And having a psychology major, I understand that the mind brings in all of this because it's trying to protect you. And every time you're trying to take a leap, it's going to try to protect you. And a way to kind of calm that side up is like, and this is how I talk to, is like, hey, I get it. I get you scared right now. We don't know what's going to happen when we jump. You know, we don't know if wings will sprout out or we're just going to fall. We don't know that. But the point is we need to take this jump. So you got to roll with me so that we can find out and move through this, because I don't want to be stuck. So let's work together. And so I talk to it like, you know, to bring it with me and work together.
1,000 times. Yes. Because your ego is your companion. You got to treat it as a friend. Like, okay, I see you. Let's collaborate. Thank you for showing me that. Come on, let's do it. That's why I always say, get in the back of the car. I'm driving.
Yeah, let's go. Exactly. Let's go. I'm driving. Yeah. Either way, we're doing this. You're driving. Get on board. Let's do it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Instead of letting that one drive, because it's always going to try to protect you, do everything in its power to protect you. Whether that is going to hold you down or tie you down, it doesn't care so far as you're safe. That's all it cares about. So you need to, it's almost like it brings to that inner child too,
inner
right?
Child. It's totally.
You have to kind of like be like, we're going to be okay. It's okay. Let's just do it. We're safe. We're not doing this by ourselves. We look at the angels with us. If we're going to fall, they're going to catch us. You know, look at your higher self right there. You got this. We got this. You know, you kind of have to prep it up. It's quite fascinating. Totally. Yeah.
It's amazing. And that's when you really tap into your intuition, that you get to allow yourself to have these types of awareness in conversations, the awareness to know the difference and have the conversations, and then allow yourself to take action, because I'm still in charge. I'm still in charge. Right? And whatever I can't control, I just like, take it, divine creative, take it, God, because I can't. But,
absolutely.
You know, totally. And this is the time. This is why we're all being asked, okay, it's time to, what are you ready to let go of?
Yeah.
What are you ready to take the leap on? What are you afraid of? Looking at those things, right? Looking at what's showing up for you, right? Fear of your job, right? No money, right? Money stories. Where did you learn that from? What is that main story about?
And you know, the the many people right now that have
Sorry.
the opportunity. See, we're getting like some throat clearing right now.
Right,
It's so
exactly. I was like,
we're both like,
we
I
are
love it.
moving stuff.
We
Of
are
course,
moving
because
it.
we are healing the
Exactly.
egg to give birth. I love this stuff. Let me tell you,
You can't make it up.
exactly.
You
I
cannot
always
make it
say
up.
that.
Seriously.
You cannot make this up at all. You can't. You
Oh.
cannot make this up. This is
So
all divine.
one thing that I want to say, and then we're going to jump into, I know you have something that you want to share with the audience, like a journey or something. So we'll jump into that. But I wanted to say this, you know, there's an opportunity for you to not even dive into the how this belief happened. Why do I have this money belief? Because the frequency right now of humanity and the planet is so much higher than it used to be, which means that we get to cycle through things very quickly. When something comes up, the best thing is to simply observe and then release it. You're like, okay, fine. It came from my dad, by my dad saying this often, and somehow I incorporate that into my own beliefs that money is hard to get. Okay, fine. It doesn't work for me anymore.
Exactly.
I release it. It can be as simple as that. I release it.
Simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Or maybe it's like you've ignored your finances and now it's being, and you pay attention, and that's all it needed.
Exactly. And then you take the steps, and then go for it. Like this, we have the opportunity. I feel like when we were in the 3D, you know, like in the past 3 years, we really had to dive in deep and do the ugly, deep, nasty work. And it was painful. We've done it. So we've reached a point where it's like, okay, is this working for me? Yes, no. No? Okay. How do I move through this? This is the step that I need to take. Okay, I'm going to take that step. And then the next step will show up. And then the next, before you know it, you're out of that challenge and you're looking back at it like, holy crap, how did I do that? Right? Exactly. So don't make this complicated. You know, just really step into that intuitive place and tap into that and listen and take action, you know, and go for it. And because that's what's going to move you out of that stuckness and out of that challenge. You know?
Absolutely. It's so important for you to just trust yourself.
Yeah. So my beautiful goddess, what do you have for us? I understand you have something to share with the audience.
Well, since we're all going through this nice, beautiful transition, I'm going to have my river goddess come in through this soul journey, like a little meditation. And we're going to travel through that and kind of like do a mini, you know, release activation type of thing.
And again, this is going to be just a mini one. If you really want to dive into this, I suggest you contact her. I'll put her, all of her contact information underneath this video or podcast, so you can find her very easily, because you want to dive in with her. She is pure magic. So you will have a little taste with this, and then you can go from there. All right, we're ready.
Awesome. And so just placing one hand on your heart and one by your navel, right, your sacral area, and allowing yourself to just simply bring your energy back to yourself. Just really be present and mindful to sitting still, calling everything back, allowing yourself to regroup. With every breath you take, you're bringing in this beautiful life force into your body. And with every exhale, you're releasing all of the things that no longer serve you. And just do that for a few more minutes as we go through this journey, taking nice, long, deep breaths. And allow yourself to really soften your body, softening your shoulders, softening your torso and your legs, and allowing this beautiful Mother Earth energy to come up and embrace you, seeing her just coming up and wrapping herself around you and kind of planting you like you were a seed into the earth. Just planting you and allowing just your head popping out like a seed, like leaves just blossoming. And give her all your worries, all of the things that no longer serve you, as she is so grateful to be able to take this from you at this moment. You come to see this beautiful grounding cord coming out from your hip area and going all the way down into the center of the earth, just traveling into the center of the earth, where you're going to plug yourself in to Mother Earth and receive her unconditional love. And come to see these roots coming out from the bottoms of your feet, anchoring you into the dirt, anchoring you into Mother Earth. You come to see yourself sitting in this beautiful meadow, surrounded by your fellow brothers and sisters who will also be on this journey with you, and acknowledging each other as together you're raising the vibration of the earth, raising the vibration within yourself, awakening yourself to this new journey. And as you're sitting here, in your mind's eye, come to notice this beautiful beam of light far, far away in the distance, making its way towards you. And right now, all you see is this beautiful gold light as she continues to come closer and closer. Just as she moves closer and closer, you begin to see her. You can see the silhouette of her body. You can see her gold crown. You can see her outfit, all yellow and gold. Peacock feathers around her waist. This beautiful, beautiful goddess smiling at you. So grateful to see you on this journey. And as she acknowledges you, honoring your divinity, you smile back up at her and nod, honoring hers. And she takes you by the hand, leaving your physical body behind and leaving with your spiritual body. She begins to take you down this beautiful, beautiful path. And as you're walking, you start to notice all the things around you. All of the ancient trees, all of the animals, everyone coming to see you on this journey. So excited that you're here, honoring yourself. And as you continue to walk, there's this beautiful, beautiful waterfall. And she walks in to this river and asks you to come in, come walk with me, walk into this river with me. And as she stands there looking at you, she tells you to bring your palms to your side facing up, put your head back. As she walks around you, removing one piece that is holding you back in this very moment, shedding old pattern that is continuously showing up for you. You're letting that go today. As she's moving it around you, letting it go, moving swiftly. You can feel her little tiny intuitive hands just moving all these old layers of yourself, just moving all around you. And you gladly give it up. Gladly give it up, because it no longer serves you. As she steps back, she picks up some of the river water, and you see her using this beautiful peacock fan. She dabs it in, and she's swiping you up and down with this fan all around your body, just removing any old energetic layers that are still attached to you, letting it all go, moving all around you. And then this beautiful little satchel that she has on the side, she begins to throw gold coins in your direction. And you just simply allow them to cascade down your body. And what she's doing here is raising your frequency up one level, allowing yourself to open your path to unconditional love, to abundance, to opportunities, and prosperity. And as she continues to do that, moving all around you, and you feel it all falling down your body. You can feel your entire body re-energized in such a way that you've never felt before. And breathe that in, bring it into your body, that beautiful frequency that is penetrating through your skin and into your bloodstream, all the way down into your DNA, activating, and activating that new frequency within you. She now tells you to take a moment to really acknowledge your presence, honoring who you are in this lifetime. She asks you to leave all your old belongings, taking off all your clothes, all the things that you came with on this journey. And on the side of the riverbank is a set of new clothes for you that she wants you to wear. And she will meet you on the other side. And as you're leaving, taking everything off, you feel this new beginning, this new path showing up for you, and you're changing into your new outfit. You really feel the outfit as it's touching your skin. It's shimmery. She smiles at you. She walks with you down this other path where there's all these people just so excited to see you, and they're waving and they're like celebrating you. And she tells you, see all those people? They're all waiting for you. They're all just waiting for you because you have touched their lives, have transformed their lives, have brought meaning to their lives, presence, unconditional love, all of the things. You are worthy. You are more than enough. Just be and allow. Trust. And as everyone comes to celebrate you, so excited. It's like your own mini party here. They make way and bring you back to another path that leads you back to your physical body. You turn around once more, bowing to the beautiful river goddess, honoring her presence. She bows back to you. And you bring your spiritual body back into your physical body, allowing yourself to anchor in and acclimate this new frequency, this new activation into your body. You're allowing yourself to take 2 beautiful, nice, long, deep breaths. And just take a moment to feel your presence. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was a beautiful experience. Thank you so much for walking us through that. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to do so.
Oh, I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode. And we will talk to you later. And so much blessings to you. And again, sister, thank you so much for coming on and having this divine conversation with me. So,
thank you for inviting me. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Shark tooth around his neck for protection. Thick skin from all the fire that he stepped in. He's got something in common with Shaman. Raised by wolves, spirits, gods, and goddesses. Our peers on trips in the